The goal of this video is I can write the cosine function of a given angle by labeling each side of the triangle. So what is the cosine function? We talked about the sine function yesterday. Is this related? Well, a cosine function is a function that is an input of an angle measure of a triangle, and it gives the output of the ratio of the adjacent side of that angle over the hypotenuse. So it's very similar to sine. Sine was the opposite side over the hypotenuse. Cosine will use the adjacent. You will see the cosine function abbreviated as cos, C-O-S, of the angle, read as the cosine of angle A. So let's look at an example here. We have find the cosine of angle A with this triangle here. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to identify angle A. Angle A is this angle right here. And then let's go ahead and then label all the sides in relationship from angle A's perspective. So across that angle will be the opposite side. Then we have, of course, these should be right angles here. Across from that is the hypotenuse. Remember, the hypotenuse is also the longest side. So when I see the side length 5, I know 5 is bigger than both 3 and 4. So I know that's the hypotenuse. And then lastly, we have the adjacent side, which is just the side next to angle A. It is the last side we have labeled. Okay. So the cosine of A is equal to the adjacent side over the hypotenuse. The adjacent side has a length of 4. And the hypotenuse has a length of 5. So the cosine of this angle A is 4 over 5. It is 4/5. And that's it. That's exactly how you do cosine. Let's look at another example. This time, same triangle, but we're going to look at the perspective of angle C. So from angle C, which I'm going to go ahead and write here, this is angle C. Let's label the triangle now from C's perspective, not from A's perspective. So across the triangle would be the opposite side. So in this case, 4 is not the opposite side. Then when I look at the right angle of the triangle, across from that would be the hypotenuse. So the hypotenuse is still 5. When you compare and contrast both these two triangles, same triangle, right? Different perspective of C versus angle A. Hypotenuse stays the same for both cases here. And that would leave 3 as being the adjacent side, the side that's right next to the angle. That's not the hypotenuse. So the cosine of C, again, is the adjacent side over the hypotenuse. So hypotenuse is 5. The adjacent side is 3. So the cosine of angle C is 3 over 5. And that's exactly how we do the cosine function of any given angle in the triangle.